This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Prologue. This isn't working. You're out. There was a time when the world's largest airport sat in the middle of the Western Pacific, about 1,500 miles from the coast of Japan, on one of a cluster of small tropical islands known as the Marianas, Guam, Saipan, Tinian. The Marianas are at the southern end of a largely submerged mountain range, the tips of old volcanoes poking up through the deep ocean waters. For most of their history, the Marianas were too small to be of much interest or use to anyone in the wider world, until the age of air power, when all of a sudden they took on enormous importance. The Marianas were in Japanese hands for most of the Second World War, but after a brutal campaign, they fell to the U.S. military in the summer of 1944. Saipan was first, in July, then Tinian and Guam in August. When the Marines landed, the Seabees, the Navy's construction battalion, landed with them and set to work. In just 3 months, an entire airbase, Isley Field, was fully operational on Saipan. Then, on the island of Tinian, the largest airport in the world, Northfield, 8,500-foot runways, 4 of them. And following that, on Guam, what is now Andersen Air Force Base, the U.S. Air Force's gateway to the Far East. Then came the planes.
She was the B-29, the Superfort, with 2,200 horsepower in each of 4 engines, with a fuel capacity equal to that of a railroad tank car, a tail that climbed 2 stories into the air, a body longer than a Corvette.
If that voice sounds familiar, it's because it's Ronald Reagan. During the Second World War, he narrated war films.
Designed to carry more destruction and carry it higher, faster, farther than any bomber ever built before. And to complete this mission, that's exactly what she was going to have to do.
The B-29 could fly faster and higher than any other bomber in the world, and more crucially, further than any other bomber, and that extended range meant that for the first time since the war in the Pacific began, the U.S. Army's air forces were within striking distance of Japan. A special unit was created to handle the fleet of bombers now parked in the Marianas, the 21st Bomber Command, under the leadership of a brilliant young general named Haywood Hansell.